Hello everyone, welcome to Bulls and Bears Academy, and we're again over here with our weekly analysis for gold starting from the 2nd of August 2021. Uh, while I start with the analysis for gold, it's also important that we look at what's happening globally around, especially in the Asian market, and the anticipation and kind of like the transfer of the panic coming from the Asian market towards the US security market. I mean, we were just looking at a few things happening around on that side, and our analysis, technical, I'll also show that we were kind of bearish on gold from here. But again, based on what's happening around in the markets globally, we are kind of like looking at the price action that I'm going to present over here, guys. We saw that our last week's target, the first target last week was 1836 area, and if you have followed our previous analysis, that was exactly it came to, and then we were anticipating a drop from there. So far we're looking at the price action as well of gold has been as we anticipated. Now, although we were bearish, I mean, I was kind of bearish that once it gets rejected from there, we will be able to see 1790s area or maybe as low as 1780s, which was our last week's second profit taking area. But now, based on how things are going around, I'm not expecting the gold to drop down to the 1700s area this week. So now what we're looking at is that we'll see retesting of the support area around at 1808, 18010, and then uh, again because of the Asian session itself, we expect the prices to go a little up. And my target, the first target this week is around 1842. I'm expecting that gold would retest around 1826 area the first day itself. That's Monday, and after a little bit of movement around on a kind of a consolidation around in this area, I expect gold to break out of this resistance area and hit the 1842 area. And towards the latter part of the week, I expect another continuation of the consolidation. And if the investors are able to regain the confidence in the market, then we can expect after this consolidation around over here, we can expect the gold to drop down again to around 1814 area. But as of now, in the beginning, for the first 2 weeks, I'm expecting gold to retest the 1827 area. At the same time, I do not expect the gold to drop below 1808 area. Now, this is what I'm looking at for the weekly analysis for gold. Worth looking at is also about how the treasury, the yields are we're looking at, and what it looks like is that we're gonna see a drop again to 1.13 area for the treasury yields. And at the same time, if we talk about the dollar, if you see it's going to be a continuation. What happened on a Friday, I kind of like consider that to be a temporary movement, which was affected or impacted basically for what happened on Friday. But then now I look at it as a continuation of the downward trend. And for the DXY, my target is around 91.535 area this week. So the dollar is going to go down, and we're looking at gold to stabilize and retest the highs that it made last week. Another important thing that I want to pull out right now is I want you to have a look at the major foreign holders of the treasury securities in US. And and if you look at it, it's always been the case that Japan had been there, and then China is also at number two. So if you look, they've been the Asian market, the investors around over here, they're the most important ones, and they're the major holders, foreign holders, I would say, of the treasury securities. We expect a sell-off over here as well. I'm expecting that this is also going to be whatever has caused the market to melt off in the Asian market, I'm expecting the similar thing to come to the US. And in terms of the equity market, we're expecting, and I'm seeing that there's going to be a bit of panic in the market. There might be a little bit of decline in the stock market. There might be a continuation of the decline. And at the same time, this is also something very interesting to look at, because this is if the sell-off takes place around in this area as well, and if you see the foreign investors, the holders of their treasury over here, if they start selling off, then there's going to be a lot more pressure on the dollar. So keep a close eye on this thing. Keep a close watch on these values, how this is going to happen, because in the coming weeks, this is going to be one of the major reasons for whatever the price action of DXY is going to be. So coming back to gold, like I said, we're expecting a drop down maximum to 1808 area, and then retesting of 1824 and 1836, and our targets would be around 1842 area. That's what I'm looking at. And although if you talk about the technical analysis, yes, there might be a downside to it as well, but then again, the fundamentals and the whole global movement of the markets are going to determine the price of gold. And the US equity market is not different from whatever is happening around. So at some point, it's gonna get the kind of like, it will, whatever is happening around globally is going to transfer to the US market. And this week is very important. How the week begins, it will tell us a lot about whether the market is panicking or not, and the investor sentiment. So be very careful with the trading. If you are taking the sell positions on gold, I would suggest that be very careful for this thing, and below 1825 area, 1827 area, be just watch out for that area. And if it gets rejected from this area, then you might take a sell position, but then again, it's very risky. So I would still say that wherever you are, wherever the market drops to, that's the best opportunity to buy gold and hold it to take the profits to 1842 area. That's about it from our side, guys. Thank you so much for staying connected with us, and I wish you all the best and hope that you make decent profits this week.